Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to do a flip through of my current bullet journal. I used this bullet journal throughout 2019. I thought that it would last me the whole year, but it only lasts me until August. And because this one is almost full, I decided to make a flip through showing you all my themes and pages that I did and what worked and what didn't in this bullet journal. All of the themes done in this bullet journal are going to be in the playlist down below with my 2019 bullet journal setup. And if you want to know more information about a specific theme, I highly recommend checking out that playlist because there you can find all the themes that I did in this bullet journal. So with that being said, I hope you like this flip through. Starting with my key and color code, I like the key that I did, but my color code was just too many colors and they were too specific, so it's not something that I would do in my next bullet journals. I try to be consistent with an index and update the index every now and then, but I just don't refer to an index ever, so an index doesn't really does much for me in my bullet journal, so it's not something that I find useful. Then I have my reminders page. I explained this page better in my 2019 bullet journal setup, but it's basically a place for me to have motivational quotes and mindsets that I want to remember every single day to make me a better person, as you can say. But it's just something that I find useful for my mental health and for my improvement as a person. And then I have my introduction page. And we start with my future log. So I try to update my future log every week or so, but I kind of just forgot to do it around May and June. I was just adding things here just because I wasn't using a future log as a future log, and I decided to add what videos I posted on YouTube and how many posts I did on Instagram, which is actually not something healthy to do because you should just post whatever you want. And now I don't use a future log as much as I should because I do my months in my bullet journal in advance, so I already have a place where to put my events. I don't need to use a future log, but it's something that I want to be better at doing in the future, so I hope I can be better in my next bullet journal. And then I have my most important page in this journal, which is my 2019 accomplishments page. Again, if you want more information about this, my 2019 setup is going to be linked in the description. It's where I explain this page is better, but basically this page is where I put everything that I accomplished this year. I still have spots for August because I don't know if I'm going to, accomplish something in August, but there's space for that. And looking at this page, you can see everything that I accomplished. So I accomplished 1K on YouTube, I did my exam, I got my job, I got my first car, I celebrated 5 years without ice cream. And these are just little victories and big victories that I accomplished throughout the year that are important to remember because we normally just remember our mistakes and we should remember what we accomplished. So I highly recommend trying this page, just a place for you to add everything that you accomplished throughout the year and to feel better about yourself, basically. Then I have my goals and bucket list page. I liked my goals page because it was really simple. I had my goals at the top and my reading list at the bottom because I wanted to read more books throughout the year, and I was able to do that. And my bucket list, it didn't work whatsoever because I had a lot of space for things, and when you have a lot of space to write things on, you kind of want to put more things here, and I just don't have a lot of things that I wanted to do this year, and most of the things that I added here, they kind of depend on my life, so it's kind of random and not specific things that I know that I can do. So this is something to be better at in my next bullet journal. I'm going to try a different type of bucket list, and we'll see how it goes. And then I have my Tumble Swatches page. This page is cute on Instagram when you see all of your pens swatched on one page and you can see that you bought most of the pens, but in reality you don't need that. It's just for Instagram purposes, and this page is not a page that I find useful, so I'm not going to repeat it ever probably. And then I have more useless pages, which are my Instagram followers tracker and my YouTube subscribers tracker. I thought that, again, it was fun to track my followers and to fill this page in and post it on Instagram and see all the dates, but it's kind of not that interesting. I don't need to know when I hit those milestones. I don't find it like healthy, because the more you track, the more you feel overwhelmed with numbers, and that's really bad. So I tried for a couple of months, but then I just, okay, that's not useful, that's not healthy for me. And so I kind of gave up on these pages. It's not something that I would do for actual tracking, just for fun. And so no, these two pages were a big no for me. They weren't useful for me in any way. And then we start with the months. So the first month is obviously January. I tried watercolors in this notebook and it didn't hold really well. I don't know if it was a water problem or if it was a me problem. I don't know, but it didn't work that well. They kind of bleed through and the pages were all wrinkled, but I decided to try because in this bullet journal I did a lot of experiments and a lot of mistakes. So, you know, I was kind of just like trying to experiment in this bullet journal, and I like these headers or whatever you want to call it, but they were really time consuming and they were really hard to do. So not something to repeat in the future, but the overall theme was really great. I kind of liked it, but you know, it's not something to do again. I like the circular trackers, but they are also really hard to do, so not something to repeat. And then I tried to do Google Calendar week. So it's kind of like a vertical week where you have the hours and you kind of write your tasks on a certain hour. It just didn't work because I have this format on my Google Calendar, and that works because I can change and move things around, and here I can't. So this was a big no. And for the next weeks I kind of just like did a to-do list. I didn't look at the hours, and then I kind of gave up on this, and I just did this layout that I ended up liking it because it was just so simple. And here I was just tired of doing the watercolor, so I just used pens. And for my last week I kind of gave up. I was just like, I don't care, I just want to put my tasks in. And yeah, February, I like this theme. It was my first time like doing doodles in my bullet journal, and I really enjoy it. This calendar was really fun to do. I liked the calendar overall, but the rounded corners weren't just for me. Like, it's too messy, too wonky. I didn't enjoy that part, but I really like this theme, and it was really fun to do, really pretty. I also tried a lot of doodles in this bullet journal. I was really happy with my work in this bullet journal because it was the first time trying doodles. I really enjoy it. Then I have my ideal day page and what I did last page. I don't know, these pages, this I was like, it was working, but then I just kind of gave up on tracking because I kind of forgot to track the things. So it worked, but it didn't at the same time. And this page was just for Instagram purposes. Again, this is something that I would not do in my bullet journal again. But yeah, this page is useful if you actually track things that are important, which was not my case, but I decided to try it anyways. Then we start with March, one of my favorite themes in this bullet journal. I really like to play with the different like yellows, oranges, and with a contrast with black. I really like this theme. I really like the calendar. I like the layouts, you know, everything about this theme. It's so pretty. I don't know how to explain it. I really liked it. I tried study trackers again, but with a different layout. The weeks were really pretty. I really like this layout right here. Really looking forward to do more of this in my next bullet journal. And then something happened because I was going to do a theme that it didn't work. I was going to do the Melanie Martinez theme, like the Crybaby album, theme for April, but it didn't work, which was really sad because it was really fun to do, like to plan and all that stuff, but it was just a lot of work, and I decided to rip off the pages and to try another theme. But first I did the 5 types of monthly calendars, which it was a mistake because I should have done the video and like the layouts in another notebook instead of my bullet journal. This is just like wasting pages, and yeah, that wasn't really smart of me, but you know, it's experiments, but yeah. And then we start with April, which was the month that you controlled on Instagram. I really like this theme. It was really fun to do. I really like this aesthetic. I don't know, it's one of my... This is my favorite theme in my bullet journal. I have to say, my favorite theme is this one. Just like the paper bag and the collages and the black with the brown, it's just perfect. I liked it, and it was the first time trying washi tape. I tried Dutch doors, but I actually don't find them useful in any way. I don't know what it is, but they're just not useful. I don't see the point of doing Dutch doors, but I'll probably didn't understand that yet. But I really like this theme, like the black and the circular trackers. So pretty. I really like this theme. Then I tried the daily highlights page, where you just like write 2 lines about the day and just like a brief description of what happened on the day. And now for May, this was the worst month in my bullet journal. I tried to be creative and tried a Pokemon theme, but it was just not good at all. When I finished this theme, I was like, oh my god, this is awful. Why did I do this? It's just not pretty. I tried a 1-page week. It also didn't work. It's not something for me. But I thought that it was just a layout, but you know. Then we start with June, and June was Pride Month theme, but at the same time it's just rainbows. I tried to be 50-50 and to not be like just Pride Month or just rainbows. I tried to make a really fun theme, and I think I achieved it because a lot of people liked it, and even though it's Pride Month theme, a lot of people didn't felt like Pride Month, which was the goal for this month. Probably though the Pride Month part is just the flags, but you know, it's just something fun to do every once in a while. I really like to do this theme. Then we start with July. I don't have a lot to say about this theme. It was just pretty minimal and simple and with doodles. I really like this theme, but I found the theme too simple, and the leaves were just hard to do for the weekly spread, so it's just something that I would not do again. But I really like the pop of blue in the pages. Then I decided to try this type of weeks, and they are really handy, but they are too simple in my opinion. They need a little bit of, I don't know, the leaves help, but it's just something here that it's not the best in my opinion. I don't know, I found them too simple, but they have a lot of space, and that's what's important. And then we start with August. We're currently on the last Sunday of July, that's why this page is still empty, and my August is pretty much empty too, because I normally plan my months in the last day of the previous month, so I'm just going to plan for August in the last day of July. That's why it's pretty empty. I just have a couple of things that I decided to write, but not that much, and yeah. It's pretty much empty, like I said. I don't have much of a thing, but I really like this theme. I wanted to make it pretty minimal but still fun and colorful, and I think I achieved it. I ended up changing this box because it's still small, and yeah, so for the next weeks I decided to make it bigger, and it was a good change because that was what I wanted. And then we have my Let's Find You a Job application page. This page didn't work that well because I thought that it was a good thing because I'm trying to find a job and I already have a job, but I tried to put the information here, but it ended up not working because this was actually a recreation from a page that I saw on Instagram, and I feel like the headers for the creator that made this page were fitting, but here in Portugal this is kind of different, so it ended up not working. And that's all for my bullet journal. I hope you liked this flip through. I'm going to still use this bullet journal until the end of August, but in September I'm going to start a new bullet journal. Again, if you want more information about a specific theme, the playlist is down below. Subscribe to my channel, leave a like, and comment down below which theme was your favorite, and I'll see you in my next video.